was like, it feels like a house of cards. At any given moment, I feel like this could all fall apart.
Yeah.
This is how I felt, right? I was like, so I need to save up just in case. So I remember at that time we started earnestly like, okay, we're going to hang in there, but let's try to save money just in case. But I would say within a year from that moment, things really started taking off.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I don't know what this guy's doing, but he's doing something. He's got something, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't put my finger on it, but I was like, they're figuring it out. And that fear, that kind of like that thought process kind of just it left me. I was like, all right, I'm a believer. Like, this thing is rolling, and facility after facility, onboarding after onboarding, it just starts to pile up till you start to look back, and it's kind of like digging a hole. You look back and you're like, dude, the mound of dirt is enormous. You know what I mean? So that's how, like, that was my perspective on it those first couple of years.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like you said, that amount of dirt, that work, it makes me think about, like, also around the time I started, I asked Ephraim, like, if there's ever days like, hey, can I finish early today or whatever. He told me you can always finish early if you've already done everything there is to do, like, for the day. And to this day, like, that's never happened. And so it was like a challenge, right? And even when we were that small, there was still like so much to do. So
probably even more.
Maybe even more, yeah.
Back then I felt like, there was
So how far ahead would you look at things from in terms of like what you would try to build out, or like, was your focus always?
I didn't really have a timeline like we do now, like where we're doing budgeting and all these kind of things. I didn't know how to do that, so we didn't have like end of quarter goals or even annual budgets. We just knew we had to grow. That was basically it. All I knew was we needed revenue. That was the blood, the lifelines. It was always just trying to get more, take care of the customers, not lose any customers, deliver on service, have that quality, always come through for them, because then they do more, they refer us and all that kind of thing. So that was the big one. Now we have, I think, way more clear vision. I think even at that time, even though I knew we were going to grow and we were going to do some big things, like if you had said, hey, you're going to be 20 million in 10 years, on the 11th year you're going to be pushing 30, I wouldn't, like, my brain, I don't know if I could have comprehended it. Like 10 million was like such a big number in my mind at that time.
Yeah, it was
like
a big
almost
deal
it was almost unattainable. And then when we did it, still didn't feel like, it's like, I don't know, I'm the type of guy, like, I have to stop to celebrate, because sometimes we'll hit a number like that, and then I'm just like, oh, okay, like, let's just I'm just already I'm already moving, and I'm not like, popping champagne and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I was already thinking about the next deal, or something that's on the rocks, like anything like that.
Definitely got to stop and celebrate those wins. I remember thinking early on, well, not even early on, but before I had signed any clients, signed any deals myself, I kind of made it a goal. I was like, Damien, you should at least bring something to the table, sign a contract. There was a loose commission structure at the time, but especially once we had the commission structure, I was like, okay, like, I'm going to make a commission, right? I'm going to get a deal in. Everyone's going to pay me for doing it. And I remember when the first couple started happening, I don't think I ever really took it in and celebrated.
Yeah.
And now when I look back at the client base, I'm like, man, I've gotten commission on almost every customer here. And I'm like, okay, well, we're doing it. But it's just like reaching that mark to 10 million. You're working so hard that when you finally get there, you're not as blown away. But you got to take time to look back at what you've done and just appreciate it, right? I mean, it didn't happen overnight.
Yeah, I thought when we would get 10 million, that we pretty much had everything figured out by that point, and then you just realize
just rinse and repeat.
Far from it.
Far from it.
More money, more problems.
There's more that you don't know.
Yeah, same at 20, same at 30. I think even at 100, you're probably like, dang, like we got so much stuff to do, so much things to improve. So I think it's just a living beast that you can't stop, and it's growing or it's shrinking.
That's the thing. If it's not growing, if it's not getting bigger, it is getting smaller.
Yeah,
that's a scary thought.
That's a super scary thought, especially because we're dealing with customers that are laying off employees.
COVID happened, finance, all these industries changed in many ways. So,
so we're going through the cycles. We've fortunately been able to keep pushing, find more clients. Sounds like we've got a deal today.